So it has been a very long time, and actually I believe it's almost been 5 months since I've made my previous cooking video where I cook a recipe that I've made or I've created. One of my videos I did over, I think, like 9 months ago was called Dan's Meatballs, and this was a spaghetti recipe of making meatballs that was actually designed by me. It's my actually own recipe that I made, and it's on my channel. It's an older video of mine, but nonetheless a lot of people really seem to enjoy my cooking video of that and actually made the recipe, and they absolutely loved it. Likewise, this video is another one of those videos, and today I'm going to be making one of my personal favorites. Just for clarifying, this title, or the title of this, Asparagus Casserole, sounds disgusting. I for one, do not like asparagus. I think asparagus is disgusting. But, do not judge a food by its appearance. That's the #1 thing of cooking. Do not judge by its appearance. Appearances can be very deceiving. So today, I'm going to be teaching you how to make asparagus casserole. The first ingredient in this recipe is, well, canned asparagus, and I recommend you buy canned because if you actually buy the asparagus from store, you have to do what is known as steaming the asparagus. So it's a lot easier just to buy simple canned asparagus like so, and you usually only need 2 cans if you're making a 8x8 pan like this size. This is an 8x8. If you're using, gonna make that recipe in this, just use 2 cans. If you're gonna be using a 9x12, you're gonna wanna use 3. The second ingredient that you're going to want is cream of mushroom soup. 1 can for, again, a smaller size pan like I'm making. If you're using a 9x12, you might wanna up the recipe to at least 2 or 3 cans. The third ingredient, and you can vary this, it does not have to be this specific, but a gigantic bag of Ruffles chips. You can use any chips you want. You could use barbecue chips, but it needs to be wavy type of chips. It can be sour cream and onion. Whatever brand of chips you want to use, I prefer just using the original waves because this is what works the best, I think. And finally, the fourth ingredient, which is sharp cheddar cheese. You can use any type of cheese you want. You do not have to use specifically sharp cheddar. I prefer pepper jack cheese is one of my personal favorites, and mixed in with cheddar cheese always makes it taste a little more zesty and zingy. Yeah, those are the main ingredients to make this simple, delicious meal. Okay, so you want to make sure that your first can of asparagus, you actually want to drain the asparagus juice, and you're actually going to be using this in the recipe. So make sure you drain the juice like so. Or use all the juice like that. Then take asparagus like so, and just kind of lay it out. Just like that. Now that's the first part. The cream of mushroom, get it in here, mix it with the juice. I realize this looks disgusting, but you have to understand, do not judge food by its appearance. It's the worst thing you can do, because there's a lot of good meals out there that may look gross, but they taste like heaven. If heaven can have a taste, then this has it. We're gonna mix all this green goop stuff like so. Okay, so I just made a mistake on this. You don't want to use all of the juice from here. You want to maybe use like 1/4 cup of the juice that was in here, not all of it. You see how watery that is? It's supposed to be thicker, so I'm gonna add another can just to make this so it works better. So this is an extra ingredient. I'm adding this in here. This is not needed, but I'm choosing to do this because I wanted to get thick. See, it's supposed to be like this the first time you do it, but I added too much asparagus juice, so. Like so. And nice and thick that is. And then, that beautiful asparagus. You're gonna wanna pour, like so, all around. And I realize it looks nasty, but just try it. Try making this. It's not an expensive meal to make, so it's relatively easy, like that. Then remember those Ruffle chips that we had? Put them in a plastic baggie like so. Get one of these, what are these called? These thingies where you roll out stuff, and you want to break these chips down into tiny little pieces. I mean, you want them really, really fine. This is a rolling pin. Now that we have this all nice and fine, see that? All little pieces, that's the way it should look. You then want to take your cheese, and there's no specific amount. You can use as much cheese as you want, and then spread it lightly over the top. You can't go wrong with having too much cheese in my opinion. So I like to overdo it a little more than usual. Basically, I want to cover everything so I don't see any of that mushroom goop, like so. And then after you spread in the cheese, you want to take these chips that we just crunched into little pieces, and we spread it over the top. Spread these chips just like this, all around, underneath the cheese, so it's nice. And that is that. This is the finished product. This is what it looks like. And now we're going to put it in the oven. And this is the finished product. As you can see, this is all the sauce, all the asparagus, all the chips, and all the cheese all mixed in. And it looks delicious. And now, for my little speciality, I always add sriracha sauce to this. This is, you don't need to do this, but that's what I do. And there you have it, the finished product, asparagus casserole. Yeah, that's how you make asparagus casserole. It's a lot better than it looks. Believe me, try it, give it a shot. Down below in the description, there's the recipe of all the ingredients that I listed in this video, along with the different measurements for different pan sizes if you want to make a bigger meal, the ingredients and cup sizes that you want to use. So that said, I'm Mr. Repzion, also known as Daniel Solzbach. If you want another cooking video, please let me know and I'll make one. Hopefully it won't be another 6 to 5 months. Until then, here are my other cooking videos I have done on my channel, and enjoy and happy eating.